We are going to create a animation for 3D character here. This 3D character we are going to download from our website, which is mixamo.com by Adobe. Also the animation for this particular character we are going to download from Mixamo. Alright, so let's go to the website and let's start downloading the character and the animation for the same. Here we are on mixamo.com. Alright, you can choose any of the characters here. Okay, I am going to choose this character here. So let's click on the download button here, and pose should be T pose. We have downloaded the character from Mixamo. Now let's go and get the character inside the 3D characters folder, which we have created inside the assets folder. Let's just drag and drop it here. Before putting the character inside the scene, let's create a floor for the character to walk on. Alright, so let's go to game object, go to 3D object, and let's create a plane here. Okay, so plane is not visible. Just go to transform here and click on reset. Alright, that's good. Okay, let's create another plane here so that we can have a bigger flow. And let's adjust the thing. Okay, so we have a bigger flow now. Alright, let's try getting this character inside our scene. So just drag and drop it here. Okay, so we have our character inside the scene now, but we can see, alright, there are no materials or textures on the character. So to apply textures on the character, what we need to do is just select the character here. Okay, and click on materials and click use external materials legacy and click on apply. And the material should be applied now to the character. We can see the materials or the textures applied to the character now the way it was on mixamo.com. Click on the rig tab here. Animation type, this is a humanoid character, so need to select humanoid here and click on the apply button here. Now next go to animation here and check loop time here. Okay, and click on apply here. But there is no animation applied to it. To apply the animation, let's again go to mixamo.com and click on the animations tab here. And we want a walking animation, so search for walking. Okay, let's select this animation. Perfect. Perfect. Mutant walking is the name of the animation clip, which we are going to apply on our character while walking. Okay, so click on download here, and format FBX for Unity is fine. Alright, and this should be without skin. Okay, so click on the download button here. Alright, let's get this animation clip inside our 3D characters folder again by just dragging and dropping it here. So let's select this, which is an animation clip. Okay, go to rig here. And again, animation type to humanoid, create from this model and click on apply button here. Go to animation tab again, check on loop time, bake into pose, check this based upon body orientation and click on apply here. Again, select my character here. Now what we need to do is we need to create an animator controller. Okay, so go to create here and click on animator controller. Okay, my controller. Name the animator controller to my controller. Just open the animator controller and let's just drag this walking clip here inside the animator controller. Alright. Now let's go to my character again here and apply this animator controller for the character. Let's run the scene here. Yes, the character is walking. Let's get the character a bit behind in a camera view. Okay. Alright, the character is walking. But we want our character to move with the arrow keys. So in this session, we are going to make the character walk in the forward direction when we press on the arrow keys on the keyboard. Let's select my character here and uncheck apply root motion. Basically, since we are going to move this character using arrow keys, we will uncheck this apply root motion here. Then we need to modify the walking animation which we applied to the character here. Okay, let's run the scene and let's see the difference here. Let's see how the animation looks now. We have unchecked the apply root motion now. All right, so the character walks at one place. It's not moving forward because we are going to move the character using the arrow keys now. Now, let's scroll down here and go to root transform position Y for the walking animation clip. This is the walking animation clip which we applied on the character. Okay, so for the root transform position Y, based upon, change the based upon to feet. Okay, and click on apply here. Perfect. This is the animation that we want in our game. Here we are on mixamo.com. I've already searched for the idle animation and I am going to apply this unnamed idle animation for our character. Okay, so this is how our character is going to look when it's idle, when it's not walking. Let's download the clip here. FBX for Unity FBX, alright, and without skin. Let's click on the download button and download the animation clip. Okay, I have downloaded the idle animation. Let's drag the animation inside the 3D characters folder now. Click on my idle animation clip, go to rig here, animation type, select humanoid and click on apply. For the animation here, check on the loop time. Okay, and for root transform position Y again, change this to feet and click on apply here. Click on the animator controller that we created last time and just drag the my idle animation here inside the animator controller. Right click on the my idle animation and set this as layer default state. Alright, let's go to the game tab here and let's see how the animation looks. Okay, it looks fine. Perfect. Inside the animator controller, this is the entry point. This is the idle animation. We need to create the transitions here. So right click here on the idle animation and make transition to the mutant walking. Right click here on the mutant walking animation and make transition to the idle animation. Okay, click on the arrow here and deselect has exit time. Click here on this arrow, uncheck has exit time. Let's create a bool parameter here, okay? And let's name the parameter as can walk. Let's again select on the arrow here and let's add the parameter. Let's add a condition here. So suppose if can walk value is true, mutant or the character will start walking, and if the can walk is false, then the idle animation will be played here. So let's start with declaring a public float variable here, public float player speed. That will be the speed of the character. Okay, let's keep it to 2.0f. Animator anim public float gravity. That's a gravity for the character. Let's keep it to 9f. Public float vertical speed equals to 0. Okay. Also, we are going to use a character controller here. Character controller is basically used to move the character in Unity. So character controller, and then inside the start function, controller equals to get component character controller. Okay, and then anim equals to get component animator. We have not applied character controller to our character yet. Okay, once we write the script, we are going to apply character controller to our character. All right, let's declare a function here to move the character. Let's name the function as move. Okay, so float horizontal equals to input dot get axis horizontal and float vertical equals to input dot get axis vertical. So let's write an if condition to check if the controller is grounded. So there is a property in character controller which checks if the character is grounded or not. So let's apply an if condition here. If controller dot is grounded, vertical speed equals to 0. Else vertical speed minus equals to gravity into time dot delta time. After the else condition, we are again going to declare a vector 3, gravity move equals to new vector 3, 0, vertical speed and 0. Then there is one more vector 3 to actually move the player. Vector 3 move equals to transform dot forward into vertical plus transform dot right into horizontal. So we're going to use the controller now to basically move the player. Controller dot move, which is the function inside the controller, inside character controller, and in the move function we need to pass the parameters, which is your player speed into time dot delta time into move plus gravity move into time dot delta time. Gravity move into time dot delta time. Lastly, anim dot set bool can walk vertical not equals to 0 or horizontal not equals to 0. So let's call this move function inside the update function here. Let's save the script. Okay, before running the scene, we need to apply the character controller to our character. Click on add component, select character controller here. Okay, so we have applied character controller to the character. Now we need to adjust the center for the character controller on the y-axis basically. Okay, so let's bring it up here. Also, let's change the height, increase the height a bit. Let's add a script here, which is character walk to the character. Before running the scene, let's get the camera here inside the my character so that the camera will follow the player basically. Let's run the scene and let's see how it looks. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, looking good. So that's it, guys. In the next session, we are going to apply rotation to the camera and to the character as well. So if we want to move backward, then we can just rotate the camera using mouse here, and also the player will be rotated along with the camera as well. We are going to apply rotation to the camera. So basically, we are going to add a piece of code in the script character walk, which we applied to this character in the last session. So let's go and write a piece of code inside character walk script. So here we are in the script. Let's declare some variables again now to rotate the camera basically. So public transform my cam, public float mouse sensitivity. We are going to rotate the camera using a mouse here. So this variable is for the sensitivity of the mouse, equals to 2f public float up limit equals to -50 f and public float down limit equals to 50f. Okay, so we have declared 4 variables here. Let's write a function here to rotate the camera. So void rotate, that's the name of the function. And inside the function, float horizontal equals to input dot get axis mouse x float vertical equals to input dot get axis mouse y. Transform dot rotate, basically to rotate the character. So 0 on the x-axis, horizontal into mouse sensitivity on the y-axis, and again 0 on the z-axis. My cam dot rotate minus vertical into mouse sensitivity and 0 and 0 on the z-axis. Now let's get the current rotation for the camera using vector 3. So vector 3 current rotation equals to my cam dot local Euler angles. So local Euler angles is basically used to set the rotation of a game object relative to its parent coordinate system. Alright. Now next is if current rotation dot x greater than 180 f current rotation dot x minus equals to 360. Now next, current rotation dot x equals to maths f dot clamp. Maths f dot clamp function in Unity basically clamps the value, any floating or any integer value between a given range, between a minimum and maximum range. All right. The clamp function takes three parameters here. First is the variable which needs to be clamped. The second is the minimum value, and the third parameter is the maximum value here. All right. So we need to clamp current rotation dot x up limit and down limit. Okay, now lastly, let's set the local rotation for the camera. So my cam dot local rotation equals to quaternion dot Euler, and inside the Euler we need to pass current rotation. All right, let's declare this rotate function inside the update function now. Okay, so rotate. Let's save the script now and let's go to the Unity editor now. All right, click on my character here. And for the character walk script, okay, we can see a new property here, which is my cam. It's showing none transform here. So we need to just drag and drop main camera inside this. Perfect. So we can see the camera rotating here. What if we want to move backwards here? We can just rotate the camera and walk back again. All right. All right. Perfect. Looks great. Oh, okay. That's perfect. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you in the next session. Thank you so much, guys.